Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the today's restaurant networking group. Today is March the 27th. I can't believe March is over. Baseball started, though. That's great. My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of today's restaurant, and we are a group of restaurant vendors who are here to help each other grow our business and also to help any restaurant owner, manager, or chef with any issues they may have. And if you want to join us on the meeting, give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com. So good morning, everybody. And today we have a new face on the board, and I'm going to introduce Liz Spector. And Liz, tell us what you do and the company that you're here representing.
So I represent Chef Olivia Ostrow, who owns Maison Ostrow in North Bay Village, Miami. It is a kosher French restaurant. Olivia has been a chef for basically her whole life and has worked in other businesses. And she realized that when she was ready to open her own business, she wanted to showcase the kosher market. What she does is if she can't make it amazing kosher, she just won't make it. What's very unique is obviously we all know that French food uses butter a lot, which is very hard to make a meat restaurant and to be able to make the products good, but she makes this kosher par of butter that's amazing, so you can eat it with the meat. But we're also getting ready to launch a new brand called Maison Baguette, which is going to be international flavors basically on baguettes, kosher for delivery and pickup. So we're trying to showcase new things to the kosher market that people don't always have access to, like worldwide flavors, kosher on a baguette, and nothing is ever shortcuts or not good.
I looked at the website, and some of the things that were explained was interesting. The way you make certain dishes that you would normally find in a non-kosher restaurant, she's able to do and keep it uh, under the dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
Liz, what's your position there? What do you do?
So, I mean, it's hard to figure out what my actual position is. I'm a little bit of everything. I also watch her dogs. I'm like a close friend. So I do all of her back end stuff basically, and I'm helping actually launch the new brand. So I assist with everything. I come in the restaurant when she needs something. I help set up events. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. I've been in hospitality for over 30 years, but I started out managing nightclubs in New York. So, no one wants to work in nightclubs in their 50s. No one wants to get home at 5 in the morning anymore. So, obviously you segue into restaurants or hotels. So, I've worked in New York, Miami, Vegas, and Puerto Rico is basically were the markets that I worked in. But I know Olivia personally, and I worked with her on some, private, events a few times, and we ended up working together. So basically, one day she says, "Hey, I need a DBA for Maison Baguette." I did the DBA. Everything just kind of grows. Basically, her person, as she calls it. I'm the person she can call at 3 in the morning to help throw something together when she needs to. So I'm a
Right.
little bit
So
of everything.
how do we
And with
reach
the
you?
night,
Excuse
I
me?
was gonna, I was gonna say, Liz, with the nightclub training, you're ready for that.
Exactly, exactly. I still wake up sometimes at 3 in the morning and say, last call at the bar. And then I realize there's no bar for a last call.
How can we reach you?
My cell phone, my personal cell phone is 917-319-6919. My personal email I'll give you is mailingliz, MAILINGLIZ @gmail.com. That was my club moniker, Mailing Liz. Someone gave it to me in the 90s because I collected his mailing lists at the Roxy in New York. So he called me Mailing Liz. So I just kind of kept it. But that email is always there. So I'm always reachable by that. I've also had that cell phone number since probably the late 90s. Never change it.
All right, great. It's great to have you here. Thank you. Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, so we also have a returning friend. Christian is here. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good to be back. Like I said, we were absent for quite a bit of time, but we're back. So we are from the Cher Group Contractors. I am the CEO, and we specialize in building restaurants throughout the United States. We hold a few licenses in different states. So, any needs in construction, we are the guys to help you with restaurants. Thank you.
And how do we reach you?
You can reach me. My cell phone is 702-326-3514. And my email address is Christian with an H at thesharegroup.com.
Great. Thank you. Nice to have you back.
Thank you, Howard.
All right. Let's start out our intros because I have a couple of things I want to tell you about. If you notice, my background is a little different than it was the last couple of months. And I also want to mention that one of our members, Ben, has been submitting articles for us, and his most current article is on our website now in the blog section, and I think we're going to use that as a topic to discuss today if we have time. Because it's very interesting. And so I'm going to start out with John Bunn. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is John. Last name is Bunn. As you can see, if you can watch the video behind me, we manufacture a machine that uses environment-safe twines to secure food bundles, boxes. We've been doing bakery boxes since the 1920s. We are a fifth generational business. You can tie just literally anything you like. If you've ever been into a bakery, you'll see them tied, or your pork roast, beef roast, rotisserie chickens, laundry bundles, literally anything. It's not any one particular item. We've been doing this about 119 years now. So if you need something secured for delivery drivers, so they don't get in and tamper with your food, we are the choice to do. Give us a shout at 1-800-222-BUNN, B-U-N-N. Our website is bunntyco.com. That's spelled BUNNTYCO.com. And our email is info@bunntyco.com. We're here to help you. One other little subject to talk about. We've got in October, the pizza show. So for the newcomers here, if you're interested in attending the show, get with Howard. You can get with myself. We'll bring you up to speed. It's a great show. I know Matt had a wonderful show. Everybody did. Randy did. So it really turned out great. So get your information in quick. So if you want to do this, or you got to get with corporate or higher ups, get it now, because if you wait, it'll be too difficult. By doing it in a group under the network here, excuse me, we can get better rates than most people do. So we can help save some money at the same time. So let Howard know. Thank you all.
Yeah, let me know if you're interested in exhibiting at the show. I'll try to send out the form again with the names and numbers today. And I will also negotiate a price at the hotel that we stayed at last year.
Is that the Orlando show?
At the Orlando, yeah. We had 18 of our members exhibiting last year with 12 in our aisle. So that was a great presence, and it lends a lot of credibility to us and to you. So consider that. All right, let's go. Steve, good morning.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Steve Geller, Leasing Solutions in Palisades, New York. I'm in the commercial finance business, principally equipment financing for all types of businesses, all industries for the most part. I can do transactions from 5,000 up to $2 million plus. We can do startups, not easily, but all types of credit, all strata of credit. I work nationwide, and I've been doing this for over 40 years. My phone number is 845-362-6106.
Okay, thank you. How about Michael Ross? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Michael Ross with MKR Management Services. We're a fractional CFO firm. I'm based in Queens, New York. As a fractional CFO, I work with restaurants, bars, hotels, helping them with cash flow management, financial strategy, as they are looking to grow or better understand their numbers on how to maximize their margins. I can be reached at email michael@mkrmgmt.org.
Okay, thank you. Randy, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Terry, did you get my email?
I did,
First
sir.
and foremost, okay. Yeah, you use the Oris one, please. Good morning, Randy. Randy Pumpute is here with Oris Payroll, formerly Heartland Payroll. We are a national payroll and HR company specializing in hospitality. We handle everything from startups, mom and pops, multiple locations, and franchising. As the payroll world turns, the newest thing, which hasn't hit Florida yet, are the state mandated employee retirement funds. As it starts sneaking in, I don't see it happening in Florida yet, but Georgia is next on the platform. I'm going to introduce and bring in one of my guests, hopefully next week, from 401 Go, who helps do these state plans, not only the IRAs, but they can be facilitated for owner-only plans, but also employees. I can be reached at 585-622-2993, and I'll put my new contact info in the chat. Thank you.
Okay, speaking of insurance, we have an opening for an insurance company in this group. So if anybody has a friend, or we can now extend an invitation. Let's go to Matt. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Friday. So I missed out the last couple of weeks, but I've been happily busy, so that's always good. I'm your local headhunter. We've been recruiting for over 30 years. Whenever you need a person, whether it's usually a specialized person these days. AI is not going to be able to take over the special needs that happen in restaurants, like that chef, like that maitre d', like that manager that needs to have a certain skill. So if any of your restaurants or restaurant people you know needs a manager, they're probably already in our database. As I said, we've been operating throughout Florida. We've been operating throughout the whole country and Canada for the last 30 years. We've also branched out to different industries, so it's not just hospitality. It's really any industry you can think about. The recruiting landscape has just kind of grown with the use of AI, has grown out to being able to find most people in any situations. As far as what I can do for the group, guys, I'm a trainer here. I can help anyone here kind of go through. Liz, if you're in the hiring, you know the differences in what's happened with Indeed and LinkedIn and how to find these people. I'm a trainer. I can help your restaurants work these tools. They don't have to pay me for my services. I'm happy to talk. You can reach me at 941-993-7610. M Freed at EHS Recruiting Company. We also work on contingency, so there's no money up front to use our services or to chat with us. Anyway, guys, great weekend.
Okay, thank you. Ben, good morning.
Hey, everybody. Ben Fisher from Zivzo Marketing Agency. We provide marketing services for any type of business, nonprofit, or pretty much anybody who can pay can stay. We do a lot of restaurant work. I've owned a lot of restaurants, and we focus on restaurants and franchise operations and franchise expansion, as well as just general marketing for a multitude of businesses. We have clients throughout the country, and we pay anybody a fee if they can send us a client that signs up with us. My phone number is 301-801-5476. And my email is ben@zivzo.com.
Great. And if we have time at the end of the meeting, I want to discuss that article you sent over. And thank you for that.
Great article, Ben. Great.
You wanted controversial, so you got one.
Yes, already got. Yep.
It's true. It's a true article. It's worth reading. As I said, it's on our website right now in the blog section at trnusa.com. So take a look at it.
Every restaurant deals with that. Every restaurant deals with that problem.
Right. Especially now.
Yeah.
Bill Clement, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Missed you guys last week. Was in Kentucky at the basketball high school state tournament. 15 games in 3 days. Basketball mania. But anyway, my wife always enjoys for me to be gone because she don't want basketball this time of year. My name is Bill Clement, and I'm with Wise Energy Solutions, and I'm an energy broker. Gas is deregulated here in Florida and in Georgia. In Texas, it's electric only, and then Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and all the Northeast except for Vermont are deregulated in gas and electric. We help people. We're not salespeople. We don't try to sell them anything. We're just trying to save them money on their energy bills. I appreciate the ones that have sent me clients, John Mulholland and Azalea, Mike, and the coffee guy, and then I think there's more than one Mike here. So, and then Kevin, and I give a percentage, not a finding fee. The reason why is because every one is different. It's all according to their usage. One restaurant can be, a certain amount of money because of the usage, and then the contract can be 3 or 5 years. Many people have asked me, how do you get paid, Bill? What's the scoop on that? Well, the reason why I get paid is because I bring the customer, the client, the restaurant owner invoice to the supplier, and then they pay me because I brought them a customer. So, and it's all based on their usage, whether the contract's 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and all those things determine that. So if you're looking there's money to be made. So if you're looking for people that have restaurants and you can help them save money, this is a good way to do it. They're always crunching for numbers. And this can be, what I tell them is this can be a non-controllable and turn it into controllable. So your energy bill doesn't change. It's the same all year long. My number is 813-455-4079. Have a happy weekend.
Thank you. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. We are strategic supply chain partners. We function as an outsourced purchasing department for our clients. Typically, we say we work with small to mid-market companies that don't have a sophisticated in-house purchasing department, but we're very close to landing the largest client we ever had. They actually have an inside purchasing department, but we're replacing them. 200 million plus in revenue. It's going to be a big client. We typically say between 8 and 15%, and we do it like clockwork because most restaurateurs don't understand purchasing, supply chain, or logistics. They don't know all the ways that they can lower their costs through negotiations. Most people do what we call spreadsheet buying, which means they're going out and buying the cheapest product each week. And that is the worst way to control your purchasing because all you're really doing is getting the best price that week, but there's no commitment from the supplier to you, and there's no commitment from you to a supplier. So you're an afterthought to them. And most restaurateurs really do not understand that. You need to be on a long-term distribution agreement, and you need to have your delivery fee controlled. Most people are paying obnoxious amounts of money to have a box delivered to their back door, and we can get that cut in half or more. We do supply direct deals for our clients, and we also get them sizable amounts of marketing money. They don't even know is available to them. And in the end, again, 8 to 15% savings like clockwork. Howard, you post all of our contact info at the end of the meeting. We'd love to talk to any restaurants you guys are working with, familiar with. There is virtually 100% certainty we can save money. We also work on a contingency basis, which is the best part of our deal. We're so confident in what we do. We only get paid if we find savings. So there's no cost, and there's no cost for us to take a look under the hood and see what we can do for somebody. So again, strategic supply chain partners.
Chris, Liz works with the chef for her restaurant, who's very well known in the industry. That may be a very good contact for you.
Yeah, Liz, give us a call. Shopping every week is not the way to do it. We see it time and time and time and time and time and time again. And there's actually a company up there in New York, Rooted Hospitality. They have restaurants in the Hamptons. They also have one down in New Orleans. They're going to grow in the Southeast. We just took them over as a client. We put them on a program, and the amount of savings we're delivering for that company is going to be pretty substantial. And they've been spreadsheet buying their entire time. So happy to talk.
Okay, thank you. Azalea, good morning.
Hey guys, my name is Asalia. I'm a restaurant business broker and commercial realtor in South Florida. I work in Miami-Dade and Broward. So basically what I do is I help restaurant owners find, I'm a realtor, so I find the home to their restaurants. So if they want to find a second generation space that has a hood and it has a grease trap and it's free, the landlord's just looking for a good operator to take over the lease, we can do that. Or if they want to pay somebody key money and they inherit a lease from the past, and they get permits and licenses that are active, we can do that as well. That's a sale of assets. Or if they want a business that's open and operating and generating money, those are kind of rare. Like Liz said, most of them don't really make a lot of money, but sometimes we get those. Currently, we have about 43 restaurants that we're selling in Miami-Dade and Broward, and we get second generations for lease all the time. So if there's anything I can do to help, my number is 786-457-2796.
Great. Thank you. Elliot, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Going back to the earlier conversation about Wynwood, as one who was born in Miami 69 years ago, raised there until I went off to college, there was no Wynwood. So having returned to South Florida after living in New Jersey for more than half of my life, came to see a city that is absolutely so different from the one that I grew up in a long, long time ago. I am a partner in Brown and Blyer. We are a business transactional law firm. What does that mean? We spend most of our time either giving advice to clients or drafting and negotiating agreements of all types, including purchases and sales of businesses. We do represent a handful of restaurant clients, but we also represent clients from practically every industry, mostly small to mid-sized businesses, although we do have some large multinational corporate clients as well. We also help those clients with valuable brands to protect. We do so by registering those brands as federally registered trademarks. So we provide all types of business transactional services. I can be reached at 732-490-8200. We have offices in Boynton Beach and Freehold, New Jersey. Nice to see everybody, and those who observe, a happy Passover to you.
Thank you. Atta, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, my name is Ada. I am the founder of Cornucopia AI. We take social media off of business owner, particularly restaurants' plates. We made a tool that basically just automates your social media so you can focus on the other important stuff like growing your business. So you can stay visible online. 74% of people are letting social media guide their purchasing decisions. So I encourage getting in front of it. People live on social media nowadays, especially like the 20 to 50-year-old range. So yeah, it's what I do. And happy Friday, guys.
And how can we reach you?
You can reach me at 704-302-0475, and my email is Tatman, Tatman 605 Thanks.
As I mentioned for Chris, Liz is associated with that well-known chef, and I think that would be a benefit to her with her promotion of the restaurant and the new program they're coming up with. To touch base with Liz.
Yeah, 100%.
And let's go to Stephanie.
Hello, everybody. I'm Stephanie. My father, Mark, and we are Brilliant Computers. We do all things IT. We are break and fix. We do managed services, online backup, data restoration, business email hosting and support, Microsoft 365. We're now actually partnered with Mac as well. So I have Mac support available to me as well. Where, before we were limited on what we had available for us, expedited shipping for replacement Mac computers, things like that. We can set up your new organization, your new network, take a look at what you have currently in place. And when in doubt, reach out. If you have an email that you're not too sure about, you can take a screenshot of it, send it over to us, or screenshot the email that it came from. Things to look for in fraudulent emails are, let's say it's coming from Bank of America and it says BOA.something-else.com, right? You want to make sure always that the domain or the sender is actually who it's supposed to be. Spoofing is a really big thing. You could even get an email from Howard that's not from Howard. So again, when in doubt, reach out. We can usually spot when they're not real. The best way to reach us is to open up a ticket by emailing support@brilliantcomputers.com, SUPPORT. And you can also reach us on our regular line, which is 561-877-1119. That's our office line. My direct line is 561-975-7422. Sorry for being a little bit behind today. Just dealing with the call.
Stephanie, they do that with my broker all the time. They use my brokers to spoof. And he says, unless I'm asking you for free ice cream, it's a lie. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you for anything. Only free Häagen-Dazs.
Yep. It's rampant. It's happening a lot.
Oh my God.
If you get an email from me, it's probably me. I sent out close to 4 million so far this year. Where is he? Where is he? Let's go to Al. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, folks? My name is Al Kanbar. I'm a restaurant coach and a consultant. I work with many of you. I've been in New York for the restaurant show, to Florida restaurant show. I'll be speaking as well in Texas and California. I do help restaurant owners to generate 5 to 7% more on profit. And we are here in a new location opening hopefully soon. So I'll get you all the details soon. And I work with lots of people. I saw Michael from the accounting in New York, and I worked with Steve at the New York show. It was a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to be part of the tables or the booth at the Florida and Restaurant Show. Thank you and have a wonderful day. You can reach me out 305-299-5171. Al Kanbar, and I put my details already in the chat. Thank you, folks.
But by the way, Benny and Al both gave great talks at the New York show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wait, there's a show in Texas you're speaking at?
No, I'm not speaking the one in Texas. I'll be visiting.
Okay.
there's one in New England. I couldn't go, but I'll be speaking at the one in California, and I'm looking forward for the summit. Yesterday, I submit my proposal to speak at the Florida summit in August.
Oh, great. Great.
Right.
Thank you.
Let's see. I got Helen and Rob underneath my closed caption.
Hi, everybody. Hope everybody has a happy Passover and a happy Easter.
Okay. We're Helen and Rob Gottesman. We started a nonprofit called Delicious Spoonfuls Florida Incorporated, where we train and employ people with disabilities to work in our mobile ice cream shop events. And we're mobile. We take all our equipment and our ice cream on the road to different events, usually with a U-Haul, which is not so great. But we get everything over to an event, to a party for somebody, to an event for a nonprofit, for a business opening, whatever occasion. And we do this all through South Florida. We're based in Boca Raton. And right now we have 9 employees, and we're trying to get more events to keep them all employed. And
We're also booked for the summer. We have a lot of things coming up, but I want to just tell everybody something very interesting. As everybody knows, in South Florida, there's a significant labor shortage. Usually staff are tens of thousands of positions are either vacant in the Tri-County area, and there's further due to high costs of housing and so on and so forth, and worker turnover. So what we're doing is we're going, a lot of our clients, many of them are very, very diligent, very dedicated, hardworking individuals, even though they have a disability. And what we're planning on doing is getting them food handler certified so that they can not only work with us, but fill those positions in those restaurants. And we're working on a bill in Tallahassee to give more incentive to restaurants and business owners to give them the confidence that their workers can, more or less do the job. So we'll let you know how that's progressing. And if you want to contact me, my number 561-676-2075. Helen's is 561-676-2078. And we finally got the bugs out of our website.
they're almost done.
Yeah, so it's actually active, but it's a couple of things that need to be
Yeah, the
straightened out.
people didn't do some things right. And when I
Right.
told them what I was going to post on Google for the mistakes they made, suddenly I got their attention.
Right.
So thank you for the internet. And I wanted to thank Mark Brilliant for his help in with my computer.
Right.
I was going crazy trying to get it fixed. And also I wanted to thank Mike Newkirk. We're going to be selling coffees in a couple of weeks, and we'll be getting the coffee equipment shortly after all the holidays are over. And all's good.
Okay. Very good. TRN Terry.
Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. And yes, happy Passover to anyone certainly that celebrates. I changed my background to reflect what I do. Restaurant Leads Report. If you want to know what's opening up, go to trnusa.com/leads. There's a nice report that you can click on. You can see the format and some of what we do. We're guaranteeing anywhere 50 leads a month upwards. We don't carry them over to the next month. My team is very diligent. They're brand new. I think we're up to probably close to 80 this month already. And I'm still getting them in quite frequently from all the many sources that we've had for being around for 30 years. It certainly helps, makes my job a little bit easier, but still, if you want to know what's opening up in Florida, just send me a text. You're a part of this group. You can send it to Terry at trnusa.com. The price on the website is not what you will be paying, again, as a member. And if you want a sample lead, look on the website. It's there. Changes every month. You're never going to see the same thing the following month. So happy to be able to say that. And our reports are so comprehensive with email addresses, owners' names, addresses, about when they're opening. Oh my goodness, just everything. So much information in there. So take a look. If you have a question, give me an email. Give me a call. Always happy to talk to anyone that needs help with anything. And if you can't find something that you're looking for, like Liz, she can call anybody in this group. She can call Howard. She can call me. And I guarantee you, we're going to direct you to one of these members here that can help you with anything that you need. And if they can't, we know who can, or they know who can. So keep that in mind, young lady. We're all here to help you for sure. And yes, I do know the chef. I've heard of her. Absolutely. Much appreciate you being here and everybody else. And that's it. Have a good weekend. Have a good Easter. Have a good Passover.
All right.
Easy.
I want to double back to you, Liz. Now that you see what we do, you want to add anything or?
Well, for anybody that is interested, I just want to let you know that we are going to be open for Passover at Maison Ostrow. We are ORB certified glatt kosher, and we have koshered for Passover. So we do have catering, and we are doing the second night, we are doing the Seder. So if anybody's interested or needs a catering order, definitely reach out.
Where?
Where is that, Liz?
It's in North Bay Village, which is Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, eventually she's going to expand. She's a little bit eccentric in a good way. She has amazing vision and a lot of energy, and she is a phenomenal chef. So you put
What's
all
her
that
name?
together, and it makes a great restaurateur. So
What's the chef's name?
Olivia Ostrow.
Okay.
She actually works the line almost
well,
every day.
Well, they should build up Overtown in Liberty City next.
I will let her know. I have looked at, some locations for her. We're always looking to expand, but, I don't want to put too much on our plate at one time, because right now we are about to launch the Maison Baguette. So you kind of have to stagger it. If you overexpand too quickly, that's when you crash.
Absolutely.
But we're always looking. So if anyone knows a great location that, can serve the market, we're definitely willing to look at it.
Azalea.
Azalea.
I'm also a realtor, so I would love to talk with Azalea, because I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker. I am commercial certified, but I haven't really done commercial deals, but just, So
Yeah, they're my listings.
Definitely
So
love
yeah,
to
they're my
network.
listings. So we can work them. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
All right, great. Usually when John Mulholland is here, part of strategic supply chain, he has a trivia question, but I have one today. This is more than trivia. This is interesting. How many total restaurants do you think there are in the United States?
Oh, God.
1 million.
Oh, I wouldn't even know. Probably millions.
It's
Well,
surprisingly.
Is it right behind you? Isn't it right behind you?
Yeah.
Too easy.
See, she's clever. She looked behind the scenes. There's 750,000 restaurants in the United States.
God.
There are 207, almost 208,000 franchise restaurants, which make up 28%, and chain restaurants, a little over 100,000 at 14%. And I think that the chain and the franchises can be meshed together, because independent restaurants make up 58% of the total amount of restaurants in the United States.
I bet they're 490,000.
Well,
Yeah.
but how many close up? That's the thing. What is the percentage?
He looked at the same place I did, Elliot.
How many last beyond a year or 5 years?
But I was going to say the 58, most of us here, we don't sell like a hat or a pair of shoes or building material or whatever that's consumer oriented. We're industry specific, and we don't have the market that those other people do. If they put an ad on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter, they've got the whole world to look at their things. We don't. We're very specific because it's a small market. Of the 58% of independent restaurants, only 40% made a profit in 2025.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So well, that goes along with 11 out of 12 restaurants will close in the first year. That's why there's always so many restaurants being built. Liz is shaking her head. She knows that. I'm from New York. I used to build restaurants in New York.
Does the recycle.
Yeah, I also follow, I don't know if you guys know Felix Bendersky from F&B Brokerage. He is a hospitality realtor, and he is mainly in like Miami, South Broward. I actually know him from New York, but he's in South Florida now, and he does a lot of social media stuff. And I know him personally, but he is saying that right now the trend in South Florida is more towards the franchises. The mom and pops are independent places are kind of getting pushed out. And I mean, obviously, it's not something we want because there's no creativity in franchises. And people don't want the same thing all the time. But when they start going to the franchises, because it's something comfortable. So it means someone's dropping the ball on the independent restaurants. So we have to find what it is and bring, that flavor back. The flavor in every sense, not just the taste, but the whole experience. We're missing something here.
There's a lot of variables that are all into that as well, between high cost, rent, management.
Yeah.
Like I said before,
Well, it's also
labor.
timing. If you look at the timing that we're going out from COVID right now, there are a lot of leases that are expiring, and like there are a lot of different changes that people don't realize. Just like, and you guys all understand the concept that when people complain about the cost of eating out, they say, well, this food only costs this much for me to make it at home. You're not making it at home. You're not paying a chef. You're not paying a busboy. You're not like, people don't understand the costs of everything put together. So there's a lot of different variables, obviously.
And
but
I think Liz, we have a lot to learn from franchises that the little guys don't. And the solutions in this group, the little guys will clean, social media, cook, and hire. And that's why they fail. And I know because in one shopping center, I'm going to call you about a shopping center that's right over Sunny Isles, which is perfect for what you're looking for. In that shopping center, I have sold 2 locations, 3 times and 3 times, 6 times over the last 2 years. So why do they fail? Because they try to do it all. Come here, meet the marketing guy, meet the social media guy, delegate. And I think where a lot of franchises do that, and that's why they scale and they win. But we try to do it all, and
I'm a jack of all trades, and I
awful.
try to explain to people being a jack of all trades is not a good thing because you truly are a master of none. You need to put, and this is something I learned in management in nightclubs in New York City, that you need to say this bartender is better at this and this busboy is better at that. Assign people roles. Let somebody who excels do it. Don't expect, a manager should know how to do everything, but a manager shouldn't always be the one doing everything.
Yeah,
They should only be filling in when they have to.
I was at a Peruvian restaurant eating with my family, and I saw her taking social media pictures, cleaning the floor, serving my food, and reprimanding an employee in the back. I'm like, I'm overwhelmed for you. Like, no, she should not be doing that. And then guess what? She's probably not going to make it.
What do you think of the solution to all this? What's going to happen in the future?
I think you need to go to the right people for the right advice. And that's why I love this group. If you
Right.
want to do marketing, don't grab a phone and think you're going to do social media. Go
I was
to the
trying
right
to
people.
do everything for
Yes,
a nonprofit, and I was just getting so burnt out.
of
And I mean,
course.
and then when I was looking for a rental to do the space, I mean, it's like at least 3,000 a month. And that's just a little hole in the wall, 1,000 square
We
feet
don't
if you're
even know.
lucky.
I mean, I see so many, like Lizzie was saying, these mom and pop places. They're always empty. There's nobody there, and it's like they have to high rent. A few weeks ago, I was at a Purim concert, and I spoke to a lady. She sells ice cream in a store down in
Rolled
Miami,
ice cream.
rolled ice cream, and she's
What
getting
I,
out of it because she can't afford the rent.
yeah, rent is definitely a
So
big
in mobile
problem.
too.
Rents are an issue. But when an independent restaurant goes into business, and I'm going to quote Marcus Lemonis, if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I think that maybe Ben can attest to this. When you go into business, one of the first things you have to do, not as a franchise, but as an independent, is set up a spec book. So I guarantee you that Liz, the chef, has all of her recipes written down. So if she has to go out, somebody else can make the dish. You have to have a spec book. And when I was in the restaurant equipment manufacturing business, I created a spec book for the factory that I took over, so that if I had to leave, the manager was able to pick up this book and see everything that needed to be done to manufacture the products. So it's the same as in a restaurant.
Right.
So if you have a spec book and you're purchasing your food at the right price, and your service is good, you'll be fine. But what is that? What do you think about that, Ben?
Well, look, the restaurant business is a very difficult business. You got to know your numbers before you go in. And one of my articles that you published talked about the destiny of your restaurant is predetermined in most cases before you open the doors. If you put too much money into the deal, or you're paying too much rent, or things like that, they affect the profitability. And if you make a bad deal on a lease and you overpay to build out the restaurant, you're never going to make money. I don't care how hard you work, unless you do in crazy volume. But that's not typically the case with a new restaurant. So getting set up to operate is a whole different game from running a restaurant. And that's the key to a restaurant, is not only knowing how to cook good food, is to be able to do the business side of a restaurant operation and make it profitable. I mean, look, I've had restaurants that were dogs, and I was able to sell them and get out without losing money, and in a lot of cases making money, because I knew how to build a restaurant cheap. So that enabled me to get out of bad restaurants, and I've never closed a restaurant. I was always able to sell them, and it's all in the cost of construction. And I think that's the key to any restaurant. Once you're in and open, you better know your numbers. You got to know your food costs, your labor costs, utility costs. You gotta know those numbers without even looking at the papers.
Ben, like I'm working with the restaurant that's opening here in New York, and not only we have to closely watch the construction costs, which obviously is higher than they anticipated, it's building out a projection for the year once they open with all costs to really factor it in. So they have some benchmark to just be thinking about, because often they go in without a plan. So, you got to have that sort of business mentality along with cooking great food and getting people in the door.
Right.
Michael, you're 100%. Michael,
Here's
you're
another
100%
thing.
right because, excuse me, Michael, you're 100% right because, down here in Florida, not just that, you try to open up a restaurant, especially in Palm Beach County, can take over a year with all the permits and everything. And people have to still pay into it if you're a new. I mean, it's just crazy. It's very hard to conform and coordinate all the variables together.
Yeah.
The
Christian,
permits are
you're,
the
Goes
icing
let
on
back
me
the
to
tell you.
cake,
working with the
Michelle.
right people, guys. That goes back to working with the right people. You work with the right person. They find you a space that's second generation that has the hood, that has the grease trap that you're in, and you're open in 3 months. Or you call Christian and he knows how to build it in 6 months instead of 2 years. So like, or you work with a permit expediter who expedites the process. Now you try to do it yourself, you're gonna fail. You're gonna call me crying in 2 years.
No, no, no,
It
no, no,
doesn't
no. That's
like,
not
but
true. That's not true
yes.
about you're going to fail if you do it yourself.
Oh
Absolutely
my God,
incorrect.
I see it all the time, Ben. They
Well, no,
call
well,
me and they're like,
there's
my life
people.
savings
Well,
gone.
don't make a blanket statement like that because there's people that do know what they're doing and they can do everything themselves. For example, I was a
You're the
GC for
exception.
every one of my restaurants and I got my own permits but I learned how to do that. So there are people that know how to do it that don't need some of those
But
services.
you're the 1%, Ben.
For the most part, you're right, but not always, it's not a
Yeah,
blanket statement.
of course.
Okay.
You're just the 1%, but the majority of the people need the help. And if they
Oh,
try to do it themselves, they hit the wall. Like it's painful for me to see them like fail, fail, fail. Like just call a GC that specializes in restaurants. Call a permit expediter that knows how to deal with the city of Miami Beach and knows how to get you out of the trouble with the grease trap. Like go to the right people so it doesn't hurt as much.
Here's something I learned. Everybody tells you they want to own a restaurant until they do.
Yep.
I got something to add to this. You know, I wonder what the statistic is because it's so right what you guys are both saying. There's that statistic of, people changing careers or jumping into something they have no idea about. In the back of my mind, people say, I want to run a restaurant. I want to own a restaurant. It's got to be one of the highest things that people from all fields. I remember my older brother when him and his law firm started doing well. We want to open up a bar in Atlanta. No, you don't. We want a place where we can hang out. No, you don't.
I tell you what I
Already
tell you what I
established,
tell
you
people.
go hang out.
If they want, people come to me and go, should I invest in this deal, invest in that deal? Typically an owner operator investment type deal. The guy is going to take care of himself before he takes care of his investors. And when push comes to shove, he's not going to pay what he should be paying on a monthly basis, whatever the deal is. But here's what I tell people. If you're going to invest in the restaurant business, go buy McDonald's stock and forget about it.
With that being said,
I was on a TV show with
Irving R. Levine.
Thank you. Irving R. Levine, who was a business reporter from New York, who retired and moved to Florida. And he had a show down here on Sunday mornings, financial show, and they asked me to be on it. And they asked me a question at this roundtable discussion. They said, what do you think about investing in a restaurant? So I said, if you're looking to invest $300,000 in a restaurant, give it to me. I'll give you back a check for $150,000 and you could say thank you.
He
Really
did.
is. Well, guys, with that being said, we know this is it's a passion. We all heard Liz. It's a passion. We all know this. Those of us that have had our own, own catering company or our own restaurants. Yes, we wanted to make money, but that wasn't the goal. You get into banking to make money. You don't have a passion. Well, maybe some people have the passion for numbers. I get that. But you get into this because you either have a product or you have a culture or you have something. Like I'm in Sarasota. What our Main Street looks like now is that, oh, there's no Peruvian restaurant. We need to open up a Peruvian restaurant. Well, there's Thai, but there's no Southern Thai. So now we have a Southern Thai. We have no bao buns. We need a bao bun. So you have this whole mix, and they're all competing for like their own little culture. But it's only the good ones. Like I'm also a New Yorker. The pizza spot that's still there, it's not going away. It's good because it's still there. It's basically the point. So.
I've seen restaurants that there was one restaurant in Meisner Park. They came down here. Was it Lindy's Cheese?
Yeah.
It was
Juniors.
In Juniors. It was called Juniors. And apparently they were in New York and the owner couldn't seem to identify with the crowd in Florida, or I don't know what.
Well, there was more to it. There was more to that behind the scenes. The night Terry and I were invited for dinner there one night, and they literally emptied out the kitchen at our table. We had everything on the menu. They gave us everything. I mean, it was incredible. The following day, they closed, unannounced. There was more to that behind. It was a personal thing. But we ate great that night.
Junior's is a big operation in New York City.
And Matt, to your point about the passion, to your point about the passion. Go on.
Is that the same Junior's that's in New York, Howard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say, Matt.
And you know, people get into the restaurant business and they don't know what we're doing. We had one lady here. Her name was Ramona. She was a great chef, actually one great chef. They had no idea, no background in the restaurant business.
They had worked.
They catered parties
Yeah.
for bar mitzvahs and weddings and things. But she wanted to open up a restaurant. He didn't want to open it up. So they got a cheap rent right over here near the Hampton Bay or whatever it is. They had great crowds of people in there. There was the chef was great. The only problem is she fell behind on the rent, didn't pay the rent. She expected more people would come in. So in one day, like what Howard was saying, they gave him 10 days. After that, place was cleaned out. They threw them out and they cleaned out the whole place.
Yeah.
Matt, to your point about the passion, I have restaurant people that call me, they're like, I can't sell this, I'm desperate, and we sell it, and 6 months later they're like, hey, do you have any second generation? I was like, no. And then that's when you realize, like, it's in their blood. Even if it's not gonna go good, they have to be in the kitchen. I'm like, we just told me you were desperate.
Somebody else's restaurant.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But
since the pandemic, what it did for us is a lot of the people that just got into management just because it was the only what's there. They were a bartender next to the man. We lost a lot of those. A lot of those guys went to Amazon, went to this. So I think our mom and pop shops have gotten stronger. Our chains have gotten stronger. You know, it's tougher to find good people because good people are keeping their jobs. You know, so yeah, the passion is there, and it's there on all levels. You just not even just owners. You know, the servers, the cooks. You know, I mean, that's one thing I missed when I got out of operations was the socialness of it. You know, I threw a party every single night. You know, and that's great. Now I'm boring. You know,
well, Liz has a specialty because her chef is a top chef. She has somebody that knows exactly what she's doing. So her place is going to thrive and it'll grow. When you have somebody that's, you know, like a Michelle Bernstein or, you know, they know what they're doing, and she definitely does. So her place definitely will.
Yeah, she's been getting like Algeminer awards, and she's been on Food Network recently. Like, she has an amazing vision, and you know, and people love her. She's getting like, people are like voting for her in like Aventura magazine every few months. She's gets like best chef. So, you know, we're trying to ride the wave.
Tell her she's welcome to come here anytime.
I definitely will.
Along with you. You're welcome anytime. So I want to bring this meeting to an end, although we're having a great conversation. We didn't get to Benny's topic, but take a look at our website, the blog section. Benny's article is there. It deals with, let me just tell you exactly.
Undocumented restaurant workers.
Navigating the realities of undocumented labor in the restaurant. So it's very important. So anyhow, we'll see you all next week. Thank you for coming. Have a great weekend, and let the sauce be with you.